Hello, my name is Chendur Jayavelu. I'm an incoming junior in high school, and today we're going to go through question 35 of the April 2021 ACT Math section. So let's get to it. 35. What is the value of the square root of 9/4 minus the cube root of -1/8? Okay, pause this video, try to figure this out, and once you've got the answer, hit play again. Okay, so this basically, right? So you have the square root of 9/4 minus the cube root of -1/8, right? It's a rule where if you have the square root of a over b, it's the same as this, the square root of a over the square root of b. And it's the same thing with cubes too, and it doesn't matter any root. So you have root x, right? So root of the x, so you can root of x over here, root of x over here, right? So here, basically what we can do is you can split this up. So we can say square root of 9/4 is basically the square root of 9 over the square root of 4, then minus the cube root of -1 over the cube root of 8, right? So the square root of 9 is 3, the square root of 4 is 2, and remember square roots are basically taking one number. If you multiply it by itself, what number would you get, right? So 3 squared, if you multiply 3 again, so 3 times 3, you're going to get 9, right? So that's the square root of 9 is 3. It's basically inverses, right? And 2 times 2 is equal to 4, so the square root of 4 is 2. So it's the inverses again. And cube root, right, is basically what number when you multiply 3 times in order to get -1. And that number itself is -1, because if you do -1 times -1 times -1, that's -1. And at the bottom, you have the cube root of 8. And what number, so let's say we'll call it y, right? And we cube it, right? So y times y times y. What number how do we get to 8? And that's y is equal to 2, because 2 times 2 times 2 is equal to 8, right? So then now you have 3 halves minus negative halves. So you have this negative right here, which basically makes it positive, right? Because negative times negative equal to positive. So 3 halves plus 1 half is equal to 4 halves, which is equal to 2. So that's E right there. But another thing is, the beauty of the ACT is you're allowed to use a calculator. So what I would do here is I would take the math function. I would use the math function and not the math function actually. I would take second x squared on your TI-84, second x squared, and I would put in 9/4 in there. And then after that, I would press the right key so I can get rid of that square root for the following terms. And then I would subtract, and then I would go to math 4, and math 4 would be, after that would be the cube root, and then that would be, we put inside -1/8, and we would get an answer, and the answer we would get is 2. So we don't have to do any of this math at all. We could just put it into our calculator and we'll get the same answer. So here the answer is 2, simple computation question. And that's it for question 35. Thank you for listening to me. Hopefully you'll stick around for question number 36. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.